1% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in a Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the Hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters don't move. Whatever click you
say, what's cracking YouTube? It's your boy 16 to Life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down! Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Yeah, that's me gassing right there on that intro. And if you want to get that song, tap in with me. It's available on a 10-song digital download, Cashapp, PayPal, or Zelle me $20. Hit me with your email and I will get it to you ASAP. Now let's hop right up into this video, man. So today I'm gonna be doing a reaction to a channel. It's called Inside and Out with Ronnie Harrell. Now this dude Ronnie Harrell, I'm not too familiar with him, and you know, I've seen him a time or two. He has a few choice words to say about doves. So hey, let's get right into it.
And I see these Johnny come latelys on this internet, and I'm not big on calling dudes out, but I'm going to tell one person all about himself. His name is Dubs. And you see him all over this fucking internet and everything. Fly-by-night motherfucker. Likes to drink and run his mouth.
And that's crazy, right? Because you see a lot of individuals, man, have seen Dubs portrayed to be one person while he's doing his regular videos. He wants to kick this knowledge. He wants to, you know, give this wisdom. And then on several occasions, he'll come on a live. He'll be drunk and he'll be extremely disrespectful. And it just seemed like someone who was really sincere about changing. And see, because wisdom is not the act of having information. Wisdom is the act of doing certain things and putting certain things into action. So it seemed like a person who really had the wisdom would recognize after the first or even a possible second time, hey, going live drunk, talking, threatening to kill people and disrespecting people. It seemed like he would finally get it. So I think a lot of people also recognize that as well. And that's one of the reasons why they find fault with Dubs, among other things.
Okay, so I've seen his paperwork. The dude checked in. He checked in before he ever really checked in. Went to the hole. He couldn't hang. Got scared. Put one hand over his fucking starfish and raised the other in the air and said, "Get me out of here before somebody sticks something in that." Right?
Oh my God.
And then he gets out here, gets on the internet, and claims he's all this, 2 snow cones and a fucking moon pie, but he's nothing. He's nothing.
And see, okay, I made a video, and the name of that video was called something along the lines of Dubs told me himself he did go SNY, which he told me that, right? And so somehow, obviously, I guess his paperwork has got out. I don't know where it came from or whatever. I've seen a couple other videos, you know, talking about his paperwork. And initially, I chose not to get into that, right? I've been away from YouTube for a while, right? I just took a little hiatus, but upon, you know, sitting back and reflecting, I'm just starting to realize and figure some things out in terms of, you know, hey, chill, you know, I'm talking to myself here, man. If you're going to do the content, you have to do the content. You can't shy away from certain type of videos or whatever because they may be controversial, because at the end of the day, Dubs has accumulated a large following. He's like 90,000 subscribers, right? And I get recognized quite often, and he honestly, I believe, is the person that I get asked about, the one person that I get asked about the most, whether individuals dislike him or whether they like him. You know, the question they ask me is, who do you really think Dubs is, right? Because a lot of times I think people see 2 different sides of Dubs. So I think I'm going to do a video entitled Who the Real Dubs Is. But anyway, you know, that's the thing, you know, Dubs, who has admitted to me that he's gone SNY, but I've seen him come on and ridicule other individuals in his videos for dropping out, going SNY, or whatever term you want to use. So, I mean, it's just crazy. What type of ego does that take on an individual to ridicule somebody for doing something that you've done yourself, but you don't want to talk about you doing it? So to me, it's just crazy.
Nothing. He's never been nothing. He's not cut from the cloth. His paperwork said that he was an MA dropout. Come on, dude. Me, you, and anybody else that knows some of them guys knows that you ain't cut like that, man. You ain't made like that. You weren't built for them. They would eat you up, chew you up, and spit you out. So when you go making claims to be something, because the only thing you've done right there is you've invited those guys to one day treat you like they treat their dropouts, which means they're going to make an example out of you. But hey, that's between you and them. So I'm just talking to you, Dubs. Anybody else that wants to listen can. Okay? But you're a fucking powder puff, dude. You and your little car and all of that, your little internet things. You ain't nobody. You've never been nobody. You never will be nobody. What you are is a motherfucker that hit a line, went to the hole, bitched up because you knew you couldn't hang, raised your hand, covered your starfish so it didn't get violated on your way running out the fucking door, went over to some soft-ass fucking PC yard and started pressuring a bunch of lame sex offenders and fucking weirdos and acting tough. And now you're out here acting like you was somebody, but you ain't never been nobody and you ain't never going to fucking be nobody. And I'm telling you that. Anybody else that wants to listen that knows what time it is, knows what time it is. And that's just me. And look.
And so real quick, right? I have seen this dude's page a time or two. I don't know who he is outside of, I believe his name is Ronnie Harrell. And he's quote unquote, I believe, in good standings or whatever. He's done some state time, I believe, and also some federal time from what I've just the small information that I've, gathered just from watching a few of his videos. I haven't got deep into it, right? So I don't necessarily know his problem with Dubs, possibly outside of Dubs, going PC and not owning up to it, not admitting to it, But let's keep in mind when we're talking about Dubs, here's an individual who has, at one point in time at least, made a video every Wednesday clowning, disrespecting, talking shit about Wes Watson, right? So when you upset Dubs, he goes in hard. But you'll have individuals who are who want to somewhat protect Dubs, his subscribers and stuff. And like I say, let's keep in mind, man, Dubs every Wednesday at one point in time would go in on Wes Watson. So what's good for the goose is definitely good for the gander.
You can go on my website, get my fucking phone number and text me a message. Hello, mister. I'll come get that fucking starfish. That's where we're at. Okay? So you just let it be known. I will get that ass. But in any event, I mean, this is all for entertainment purposes anyways, but wouldn't that be entertaining, right? We can get in an octagon, me and you, do whatever. We can go on felonyfights.com. We can do our thing any way you want to, and I'm an old man. But I got one good one fucking left in me, and you're welcome to it if you want it. In any event, Dubs, like I said, you're a bitch. Everybody heard it. It is what it is. Now, when I come on this show and I do something and I tell this audience and I say, hey, I vouch that this person is this, you can bank on it. Take it.
Now, like I said, I've seen a lot of videos, right? I've seen a lot of videos where dudes have made certain allegations about Dubs. I've seen one dude who actually said that he was on an actual PC yard with Dubs. Now, I don't quite recall if the dude showed his face or not, but I think he gave his name and stuff like that. So I'm just saying that it's a bunch of allegations being thrown out there about Dubs. And so I think after a while, man, it's safe to believe that these actions are true, or these allegations are true. And then, like I said, Dubs personally told me himself he did go SNY. And at one point in time, I used to stay away from these type of videos or whatever. But then I realized, on this small hiatus, that if I'm going to do content, I have to do content, man. I can't shy away from certain type of stories because they may be controversial, especially when it is about a individual who has a large channel and who does, who has no problem in doing content on other people when he sees fit.
To the fucking bank that's what that person is. Now, Dubs gets on here and says that Bartos was never squad or CO or nothing. I was in prisons with that fucking dude, Dubs. You're just a liar, a fake, and a fraud, and a part-time broad.
He called Dubs a fake, a fraud and a part-time broad. Now it seems like I'm not the only rapper on YouTube, man. I might have some competition right here, man.
Trying to make something out of fucking the internet, talking about shit you don't know a fucking thing about, and you got a couple of your homie the clowns with you, Fire Marshal fucking Bills and these fucking yo-yos you got running around following you around, doing the same fucking thing. I say you quit drinking, get your fucking head straight, quit claiming that you're something you're not, quit claiming that you were something that you aren't, and don't invite that kind of trouble. And that's where that's at. So I just needed to get that out to you. I don't have your phone number, and I took the time to look into it, but I needed you to know.
Okay, so I guess that's pretty much it. He seemed like he's done hopping on Dubs Helmito, and he's moved on to other topics, man. So we're going to sit back and wait and see if Dubs responds. We're going to sit back and see if Dubs takes up his offer to go on felony fights or whatever, you know. Now, in my opinion, man, I think Dubs probably won't even reply. You know, I've noticed that when you have individuals who seem to have what is like concrete evidence or proof, Dubs just ignores that. Or Dubs may make a video and he may title the video that he's going to address these rumors or these whatever it is. But he really just, you know, he just babbles and he doesn't really say much in the video. Anyway, man, you already know what it is. It's your boy 16 of Life. Resume normal program.